Coming up in this video, I feature significant changes at LaGuardia Airport's Terminal C, and it's not just one, but two areas that bring the airport further into the future. This is LaGuardia Airport's Terminal C, June 2024 construction update. As I approach LaGuardia Airport, my eyes are glued out the window on the right side of my ride to see what's new. The last time I provided an update was in January of 2024, and I'm looking out for anything different. Terminal C is not finished yet and is still evolving to get to its final form for the future. While most of the exterior looks the same since my last update, I noticed that the facade at the west end of the old C terminal is gone, and so is the old Delta sign. That's a part of the airport where I'll be spending some time once I get past TSA, as well as another part that's new. I can't wait to get inside. Before I enter the terminal, I pause to look back on the changing west end of the terminal. Today I'll be focusing on that area behind me because some new gates have opened up. I'm so excited. So let's head into the terminal and check it out. Here on the land side, prior to TSA, there's nothing new to see, so let's work our way airside to examine something big. See this? This is the old D terminal, and no one can ever go in it again. More on that later. Okay, that is the old Terminal D, now part of Terminal C behind me. As you can see, there's a lot of progress happening there. Directly above me is the Delta Sky Club. I no longer have access to the Delta Sky Club because I'm no longer a Diamond Medallion and I don't have that choice benefit anymore. I also don't have a credit card that will give me access, so I'm not going to be able to show you the Sky Club. Now, one of the benefits of the Delta Sky Club, or I should say new features, is that it now features an outdoor sky deck. I'm just going to look to see if I can see from outside since I can't get in. That's it there on top of the concourse. Although we see windows, it's actually called a sky deck because the ceiling can be open to the elements depending on the weather. That's all I really can show you. If Delta made it easier for me to get diamond status like it was in the past, I'd have access. But now I'm headed to the western side of Terminal C because the concourse there now fulfills a unique design idea. I'm headed to the area I pointed out when driving in. This is the entryway to gates 60 to 69, the western concourse, which we can see from this window. Look familiar? This part of the airport hasn't changed since the 1990s. Instead of being rebuilt, it's been refurbished instead. Okay, it's old, but it's new. Let's go check it out. I've shown this part on my channel before. The surprise is in the concourse itself. Okay, I'm heading back into the future. This escalator brings us down to a lower level to meet the height of the gates. It's a bright and open area and fits well into the theme of the airport, but the newness goes away once you reach the bottom because the terminal here is still under construction. All right, that beautiful new walkway that I saw when we drove into the airport is still not usable for now. It's time to take that temporary walkway. On the top right, you can see the new walkway that I'm walking under right now. Hopefully, it will open up soon. The walkway used to open up to the food court in the old Terminal C, but that's now gone, and in its place is a Starbucks. This is what the space looked like not too long ago. Goodbye, old food court. I'm impressed. I'm continuing along to the west to get to the gate area, and those skylights look very familiar. Behind me to the right were two gates that no longer exist. This is what that gate area used to look like. I'm walking forward, intending on turning right down the concourse. I remember an old TSA checkpoint that used to be on the left. This space is oddly familiar. This is what the space looked like in October of 2021. And check out those skylights behind me back then. They're the same as they are now. It's now time to turn to the right, just like I've been doing since the 1990s into the old concourse. And here it is, fully completed, bright and airy as I descend a little bit lower on a down ramp. This is the same ramp that's been there since the beginning of this terminal. It's just been refurbished. This area opened up in stages, with the area that you see on the right side opening up while the left side was being completed. Now the left side is opened up, making it one continuous space. At the bottom of the ramp there used to be a wine bar, but that vendor is gone, opening up the space even more. The skylights really helped, and I love the decorative wooden touch that was added, keeping the style consistent with the rest of the new Terminal C. The restaurant on the right side is the same restaurant that was there before the remodeling. Almost all the older vendors in Terminal C are gone. This is what this space looked like just a few months ago. You can see how one side was closed. And this is what the space looked like in 2021. See how the structure is the same? Today, the colors are different and it feels more open. While I'm not 100% certain why this concourse wasn't torn down and rebuilt, I can only assume that because it was the best looking concourse in the original terminal, they decided to keep it rather than invest in a total rebuild. There are only two areas of the passenger sides of the entire airport that have been held over. This concourse, which was built in 1992, and the entire marine air terminal on the western side of the airport. That's really old. It was built in 1940 and is currently used by Spirit Airlines. Spirit actually operated right here from Terminal C during the heavy construction period, but now that things have slowed down as the end of construction is near, they've moved out to the Marine Air Terminal. None of Terminal B exists in its old form, as that 1964 structure has been completely demolished and replaced with a new terminal.
What a great space, and it's very, very similar to the other concourses.
Consistency in colors is evident throughout this terminal. Previously, this part of Terminal C had two very different looking concourses.
It's a very familiar space, but it's very, very new. It's a very interesting feeling.
Old skylights, new wood, what a combo I see here as I head back in the other direction. The gates here have a new, consistent Delta look. I'm walking back up the ramp now. This area was heavily carpeted in the past, but now the carpets are gone. In all, I felt really good in this fresh and open space. It's now time for the walk back to the main part of the building, and here we can see signs that construction isn't over yet. It's one more moment in the new area before heading back into the temporary tunnel before we head towards the east. That's the old D terminal down there. And for the first time since the 1980s, I can't go in it anymore. Let's take the beautiful main corridor in that direction.
The entry to gates 80 to 89 is now open.
To get to the new gates and the old D terminal gates, you previously had to walk to the east end of the airport and take a temporary tunnel back around. Now, it's just a straight walk to those gates in an area flanked by some beautiful, brand new and fancy restaurants. This place is a feast for the eyes. Similar to gates 70 to 79, there is a massive space that you need to descend to get to gates 80 to 89. That's the gate level down there, and the initial part still doesn't have gates or seats yet. It will soon, but all of the gates beyond this area are open, as they have been for some time now. Just the access point is new. Let's head down.
This space is gorgeous.
You can see why there are no gates in this area. The old D structure is still there on the left side, and on the right side, the temporary bridge tunnel is still there. Neither are in use and need to be taken down.
I'm kind of liking this space here before they actually add the seats for the gates. It's very, very spacious.
As we walk toward the functioning gates, we pass by the area that the temporary bridge led to. And here we are in the new gates area, which I featured on my channel when they recently opened. There's nothing new here except for the fact that I accessed this area through the brand new entrance. The gates on the left side aren't functional because the D terminal is in the way. And this is the old D terminal. We can only view it from the outside. Airplanes used to park here at gates, and now this space where I'm at is a new concourse.
All right, and that's it. The old D terminal is behind me. Never again will we get to go inside the old D terminal. This concourse is taking its place.
For quite some time now, whenever I had visited the old Terminal D, I had always said, will this be my last time here? Well, my last time there was indeed my last time there, and I'll never be able to step foot in it again. Neither will you. From now on, it's this modern-day concourse hosting these gates. I guess the next thing to report on is when the old D terminal is finally fully demolished, making way for ramp space on the west side of this concourse so more gates can open up. On the east side, only the gates near the entry to the concourse have yet to open, but they will open once the bridge tunnel is removed.
That was the way to the old D gates. Can't go there anymore.
I just want to take a moment to pay tribute to the old D terminal by showing some footage over the past few years. We'll never see this again. It's time to leave this new concourse, and this is the view heading back toward the main area. I took a quick look at the old D terminal's exterior while the structure is still there. This will be gone soon. Before taking the escalator up, I saw that there were a few gates that will open up behind it, just like in the 70 to 79 gate area. Back at the top, I looked back and saw the ground on the east side closer in being prepped for the new ramp. That bridge tunnel needs to come down. Well, that's all I'm going to show in this video. The entire terminal is covered in my many construction updates. I'll be returning to flying soon, so if you haven't done so already, this is your invitation to subscribe so you don't miss out on my unique, detailed flight videos. See you all soon at an airport.